Hello, gorgeous seekers, and welcome to another installment of Moon Magic. We are here with a potent and vibrant full moon in Virgo at 0 degrees. We have a theme here, my friends, of these 0 degree moons. This feeling that we are really wave after wave, layer after layer, shifting gears. This is the last full moon we have before Uranus begins a long transit in Taurus for good. We had a little visit back into Aries over the last few months, but now we are about to head into that. So this is another one of these gateway energies. I know we talk about this a lot, but there's so much symbolism in these 0 degree placements. They give us an opportunity to reconcile. They give us an opportunity to grow. They give us an opportunity to kind of wake up and get reborn. They do a lot of beautiful things for us. And Virgo is a powerful energy because it allows us to see things for what they truly are. There's an honesty and an integrity with Virgo energy that's really powerful. So the Virgo Pisces axis, we have a full moon, we have the sun at 0 degrees of Pisces, we have the moon at 0 degrees of Virgo. That means we're engaging those two energies. They're having an opposition, they're having a moment together where they are communicating. And the Virgo Pisces axis, I always say, is one of the most healing axes we have because it connects with our daily embodied ritual routines in the Virgo portion, and it connects with our dreams and our fantasies and our spirit and our ability to merge into the oneness, the wholeness of everything on the other side, on the Pisces side. So when you have a full moon like this, what are you doing? You're working to integrate those two sides. We had a little bit of that conversation back with the Leo full moon, which I tell you what, from full moon to full moon, I personally feel like a different person. Some really revolutionary, beautiful things shifted around. Some wild things happened with that Leo full moon. I'm sure you guys can relate. And now here we are in another 0 degree moon. And this time we are being asked to look at our sense of self, our sense of security. And do we feel secure in how we dream, how we fantasize? Came up as a theme in the Leo full moon as well. And how do we embody? Do we feel secure in our embodiment, in the way we show up day to day, minute to minute, hour to hour? Because if there's one thing Virgo energy is beautiful at doing, it's taking a look at the details. It's taking a look at how we use our time, how we use our resources, how we connect the dots so that we can serve others, so that we can serve ourselves, so that we can have a beautiful day, a beautiful week. And I think a lot of times we like to skip over that. We want to just have the big idea. We want to have just the huge, momentous, exciting, champagne popping experiences. But Virgo is a reminder that the most profound sense of self and love and showing up is being able to do it in the little details. So that's where we're going to be talking today. And that's kind of an intro to the Virgo Pisces axis and what I kind of feel comes up for it. It's a reconciling and it's a connecting energy. So with that being said, Uranus is doing a lot during this moon. We have a lot of trines going on, and we have a lot of really harmonious conversations going on in the background of this moon and connecting with this moon. And what we're doing is we are having conversations between fast-moving intellectual energies and grounded embodied energies. And that's the beautiful thing about Virgo. It's Mercury ruled, but it's Mercury ruled in the physical body. So there's this beautiful power to it. So let's look at these placements. I have a whole list here, and I'm trying to keep it organized for you guys so that it's not overwhelming. The first thing we want to look at is that Uranus is trining this moon. It's at the very last degree of Aries. It's about to shift into Taurus, so it is basically almost in Taurus. This is a very close, almost exact degree trine with the 0 degrees moon and the 0 degree sun. So when Uranus is in conversation with the moon like this, especially a full moon, what we're doing is we are looking at our revolution. We are looking at how we are going to revolutionize our lives. And here's the thing, because Uranus is closing out this Aries transit, because we have a 0-degree moon, what we're doing here is we are looking at who we thought we were going to be, who we thought we had to be, and old thought patterns. And we are being asked to really be open-minded about who we could be. And we are also being asked to look at our daily routines, our daily habits, the way we think about our time and our schedules and our energy, and be prepared for a revolution in that. This is very internal work, and this has a lot to do with our sense of self and our sense of security. You know, we all have insecurities that come up depending on what's going on in our lives. When we're growing, when we're expanding, we feel unmoored. We feel that we are floating through space with no safety equipment on. That's the feeling. And insecurity kicks in. It wants to buckle us down. It wants us to feel small. It wants us to take control where we can and feel the control. And so you may find that you're clenching a little bit. You're feeling insecure. You're feeling like your insecurities are rising to the surface as you're working your way through and up into this moon. However, don't let that get you, because what's really being asked here of us is to realize that in the little details, we are building meaningful life. In the little details, we are building toward this big next version of ourselves. And we really are saying goodbye to old patterning. That's what all these 0-degree moons are doing. They're confronting us with some of our heavier lessons and asking us, do you want to stick with that pattern? Do you want to stick with that project? Do you want to stick with that weekly routine? Or do you want to be open to who you could become, who you are becoming? Because it's happening whether you feel insecure or whether you feel secure. So how do we get that security? One of the things that's going to help with this is that we have a near conjunction. Mars is here in the lineup as well. He's at 3 degrees of Taurus. So he's a few degrees away from Uranus. He's also trining the moon. Mars in Taurus is a kind of a funny placement. Taurus is so feminine and about taking the time to parse through things, and Mars is so about pushing forward and warrioring on. But what this is doing is it's saying that the steady progress we do in that earthbound energy is so powerful, and we can really leverage it to make change in our lives. It's not about all the momentous moments. It's about these little rituals, these little details. They are revolutionary. They make huge shifts in our lives. There's another conversation going on here. This moon is so earthy, y'all, because we have so much energy. We have the Virgo moon, we have energy in Capricorn, we have energy in Taurus. All 3 of the earth signs are getting lit up with this moon. And there is an exact trine going on with Saturn and Mercury. So we have Saturn in Capricorn at 16 degrees, and then we have Mercury at 16 degrees of Pisces. So these two are adding another layer to the conversation, because Mercury and Saturn are problem solvers, right? They're problem solvers. They want to figure out how to manifest. They want to figure out how to practically make choices. Like if you want to run a marathon, you start making practical choices where you get to bed earlier so you can wake up and you can go on your run and you can put in those mile days. You make practical choices with choosing a trainer, eating food that's going to support your body. You're going to make practical choices in the way that, in the people you hang around and who's going to influence you to feel more motivated to accomplish that goal. So they're problem solvers, and they're trining here beautifully, lighting up this kind of earthy energy and expressing what we need in the real world. While we are ushering in Pisces season at this point, which is about ascension, it is about connection, it is about fantasy dreaming, and feeling a little bit more like we can dissolve into the whole. So Pisces season will be hitting on that because this is such an earthy moon. What we're really looking at here is how we can address our real world needs, our real world desires, and how in honoring what we really need to do on the micro scale, we are actually giving ourselves a lot of self-love. We hear about self-love and self-care. It's beautiful stuff. A lot of times it's in these little details. And that's why the Virgo energy is so potent, and why a 0-degree full moon like this highlights any of those little choices we make in how we're scheduling ourselves, how we're using our energy, and how we're showing up. There are some big questions to be asked here in this moon, and like I said, I think it will be hitting up on people if you have had a habit or had a lifestyle choice or had a project that it's been nagging at you in the back of your mind for a little while. This communicative revolutionary moon, like all these trines and aspects, we got Mercury involved, we got Uranus involved, we got the sun and the moon involved, and Mars involved. They're all talking in these harmonious aspects. So there's a lot of communication, a lot of energy building up for it. If you've been trying to ignore something you know you needed to change, if you've been trying to shift it around, like, it will come up. It's going to bubble up. So don't be afraid to ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself what you need. Sit down and ask your body what it needs. Sit down and ask that little voice that's like stressing out, like the little stress monster voice. Ask it what it needs. Because a lot of times our insecurity comes from this sense that we're not honoring ourselves in some way that we can't quite put our finger on, because we don't slow down enough to really look at what it is. And this is a really beautiful chance to go ahead and look at that. What pings up and gives you just a knot in your stomach, or makes you feel insecure, feel like shutting down, feel like if you're hanging out with people and somebody brings something up in you, why do you feel that sense of needing to shut down, right? Or where you're feeling like you get in bed at night and there's something nagging at you. Don't be afraid to spend some gentle, quiet time with that voice and hear it out for what it needs, because a lot of times it's something very simple. It's something very supportive of you, that it won't require you turning your life upside down, but it will ask you to be open to a different way of living life in the daily world. You know, if you want that relationship and you are working crazy hours and you're not creating the space for that, and you're wondering why you don't have a relationship, this is the kind of moon that might bring up how you're holding yourself back from that experience by kind of subconsciously choosing lifestyles that keep it 10 steps away, keep it at bay, keep it away from you. It's that kind of conversation that will be coming up. And it can get a little tender. It's very inner work. 10 of Wands popped out. Once again, as each of these 0-degree moons happens, we're sloughing away another layer. You know, there's several layers of skin, right, that we have. And skin takes like 3 months for it to fully heal from things and to fully like turn over. Any regimen you use on skin takes about 3 months to heal and totally slough off and shift. So as each of these 0-degree moons happens, we're getting to a different layer. And this Virgo one is really getting us into the nitty-gritty of our day-to-day lives. And it is asking us to say goodbye to some burdensome energies. It's a closeout. There's just no denying that ushering in a new life partner, a new work project, a new source of income, the world. Graduation is in hand. Any new projects, anything like that, often just starts with these micro adjustments that are actually reflections of our willingness to actually step up and show up to the process. We always say we're ready. We're ready for that next thing. We're ready to step into that leadership role. We're ready to be loved and accept love. We're ready to make that move, put ourselves out there, share something that we need to share. We're ready for that. But then what we do subconsciously, very subtly, is we put up little barricades all around. It's like a little mini fortress, little spikes, little cactuses around us that look pretty. They can even be extremely functional aspects of your life. But what they're really doing is they're creating a little barrier from movement. Queen of Wands. Interesting. Timing. The Queen of Wands slows down to look at her surroundings, understand what's going on around her before she makes movement. There is this sense that this is a moon to just, and I always say this with full moons. You guys know, if you've been here with Moon Magic for a while, pretty much every full moon I say, if you can, mind your own business. If you can, take it easy. Check in. Connect. Don't push yourself. Don't push yourself. And that is because a lot of information comes through. It doesn't always have to be conscious. You don't have to sit there and meditate all night. But what does end up happening is things rise to the surface. Information comes out, and the Queen of Wands understands that intuitive process involves sitting very quietly and listening in. And when you do that work, you are empowered, you are fiery, you are on fire, you are strong. And she's asking us to listen in to what we're releasing here with the Ten of Wands and what we're embracing here with the World. What we're closing out. No more excuses. Right? Virgo energy is definitely the energy of no more excuses. What are you doing? Four of Cups. If I could pick two cards that are any more about listening in, I really don't think I could. You may feel that the path is obscured, leading up to this moon especially. The path may feel a little obscured. It may feel a little foggy. It may feel a little strange. But if you are willing to sit with this, I guarantee you that that last week of February, as we really get into Pisces seasons, the answers are right there. The answers are right there, especially if you get out of your own way. If you stop fixating on what's not working, because that's what this guy's doing. He's fixating on what's not working, what's not serving him anymore, what's left in the dust in the back, and he's still fixating on it. So therefore, he has blinded to who he's becoming. It's easy to do that. Blind ourselves. Fixate. Fixate. You know, Mercury energy, Mercury and Virgo, it can be very nervous. It can be fixational. It can be about fixating on details, fixating on being productive and busy work and things like that. But if you harness that Virgo energy, that Mercurial energy into positive little changes, things that aren't about fixation, but are much more about empowered embodiment, empowered presence in this physical experience, this roller coaster ride that we have signed up for, it's powerful. It's subtle, it's powerful, it does a lot for you. Now, this is really grounded energy. So I'm showing you all these cards that are about closeout. It's about getting these cactuses out of the way so that people and energy can come in so that you can walk out of your own fortress, right? But earth energy works by observation. It observes and it allows shift in the little details, right? The earth and fertility works in a process. You watch as roots sprout and things come out. And you really have to get into that earthy good richness because it has this sensual element to it. And you can really connect in with some powerful parts of yourself as well. Now, this is a moon because it has earth aspects, because we have placements in all three earth signs, and there's a lot of conversation going on with all three earth signs. Because of that, your body may also be giving you a lot of signals. Your body may be extra sensitive during this moon. Your body may feel, you may have aches and pains if you're storing tension anywhere in your hips, in your lower back, in your shoulders, anywhere. I mean, this really can be anywhere. You may be noticing it's heightened. Check in with that. Listen in. What are the shifts that are needing to be made there? Do you need to spend less time on your phone? Do you need to spend more time outside? Do you need to release some tears or release some emotional things that are causing tension in a part of your body? Your body will be speaking to you quite profoundly for this full moon. So that's another reason. Take really good care of yourself. Eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. Drink plenty of water. Slow down. Listen in. Welcome the sloughing. I know it's a constant process. And the sooner you embrace transition, the sooner you embrace shift phases like this with these 0-degree moons, the sooner you'll learn what life is really about, which is about the constancy of shift. We try and avoid shifting energy. We try and avoid those times where things are uncertain or up in the air and we don't have it pegged down, we don't have it in a schedule. But mutable energy is all about shift. And Virgo and Pisces is very mutable energy. So the sooner we can embrace these shifts, the sooner we are going to enjoy and get what life is all about. I am still offering private readings. I may be opening up a few sessions, so keep an eye out on my calendar. If you'd like to book a session with me, you can find me at SARAHTAROT.com. I'll leave the link below. You can follow me on Instagram at @SARAHTAROT. I would love to see you over there. I'm wearing PinkLune's jewelry. So if you're looking for some beautiful handmade, ethically sourced jewelry, please go check her out. She is amazing. I think that's all I have for you now. I will be updating the Flow series as well very soon. I hope you guys have a beautiful full moon. Take impeccable care of yourselves. I'm a Virgo moon personally, and so I know that this will probably be pinging up my emotional reality and anything that I'm still blocking. So I'm excited and nervous about this full moon. I will report back to you at the next Moon Magic how it went. I will see you all for that one. I hope you have a beautiful month ahead. I'll catch you in March.